you're not alone if you're currently job searching, trying to enter the job market and just really not having any luck.
Job market is finally looking up. There are so many roles that have been posted just in the past few days, but the catch is they're all in office. I'm barely even seeing hybrid jobs anymore.
They are asking for a senior program manager. They're offering $150K to $180K, which is decent money, but then asking for 10 years of experience.
Not to mention, you just rung me a week ago and told me I was successful in getting the job, and now you're telling me we all have to fight against each other.
I'm sorry, I have 10 years of experience in the events industry. What do you mean I don't have enough experience? If 10 years is not enough.
So, tell me why job hunting right now feels impossible. You check the listings, and it's the same 5 jobs asking for 10 years of experience for an entry-level position. People say, just apply everywhere. Apply where exactly? The job market is looking like a ghost town, and the only things hiring are unpaid internships and those exciting commission-based opportunities that are basically scams. At this rate, I might as well put applying for jobs on my resume because that's the only experience I'm stacking up. Let's talk about it, because even finding a job feels like a full-time job. And if you relate, hit that like and subscribe.
This is by far the worst job market I have ever seen. In my 18 years of working, and this is not saying I'm not 18, my 18 years of working. I started working at 16. Do the math, people. My position as Associate Director of Content Marketing at my former job got made redundant. I got laid off at the beginning of September. I have been looking for jobs immediately for the past 5 months. Every single week I've been applying for jobs. Well over 200 jobs. I have an Excel sheet of all the jobs that I have applied to and the statuses of whether they've contacted me. I make notes, how much money, I put a link to where I've applied to it, whether it's LinkedIn or Indeed. I'm very good about tracking that shit. This is not something where I'm just like a few years into my career. I'm like 9-10 years into my career. I have multiple letters of recommendation. In fact, I even got former colleagues and managers to make little video snippets so that I could stand out and be more unique. And I made a video of people recommending me and talking about how amazing I am. Every application is asking me for my online portfolio or website. So then I had to go and make myself a website. And I had to upload all these examples of things that I've done in my career. And of course, you got to spend hours and hours tailoring your freaking resume to make sure that it has keywords so that these little AI bots that are scanning your resume are picking up on keywords so they don't just junk it before, you even get to a human reading it, right? So I'm tailoring my resumes, I'm tailoring my cover letters, even though we all know most people don't even freaking read the cover letters. But Danny, you're a marketer, you're a writer, why aren't you freelancing? I am. But even the freelance programs, platforms like Upwork, they aren't what they used to be either. And you gotta jump through hoops to apply for those. And people don't wanna pay you well. And then Upwork wants to take a large cut of your money. So it's not enough. 5 months of being unemployed, and I've had 2 job interviews. 2. Now, you might be thinking, well, what jobs are you applying to? Are you applying to jobs that you're underqualified for? No. Applied for a job. It said 7+ years of experience. I hit all the qualifications, everything that they needed. Definitely have 7+ years of experience, specifically in those titles as well. Had an interview with a recruiter. Went great. Talked for over an hour. She comes back. It's not a good fit. They want someone with more experience. More experience than 10 years?
Okay, I'm gonna go on a little rant here. I've been perusing the job market again just to see what's out there, it doesn't hurt to look, and you can always make more money. So I've been looking for opportunities to maybe get a little pay bump. Anyways, I'm a senior program manager, and I've been looking at job postings. and they are asking for a senior program manager. They're offering $150K to $180K, which is decent money, but then asking for 10 years of experience. 10 years. If I had 10 years of experience, that's what you were offering? Like, I have 4 years of experience, and that's on the low side. So what in the world? Who do you think you are? The job market is trash.
I have been looking for a job since I graduated from school in May with a bachelor's degree in communications, and I have had literally no luck. So for backstory, I didn't do any internships in college. It took me like 6 years to get a bachelor degree because I left and I came back and blah, 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 and all this shit. Okay, whatever. I am feeling so discouraged. Feel like I didn't take advantage of the opportunities when I was in school, and now that I'm post-grad, I'm just totally screwed. But I'm not sure if I'm the only one who feels this way. I'm definitely not, but it's just very frustrating, and lately I've been feeling super lost. I'm definitely somebody who has worked a bunch of different jobs over the past like 5 years when I was going through school, just because like I was in school, then I wasn't, I needed a full-time job, then I didn't. So I've just kind of been all over the place. I for a little bit wanted to become a personal trainer. I worked for another gym and I literally made no money, so I was like, okay, this isn't working. I kind of gave up on that. I'm currently working as a waitress, which it's a good job, you know, I make good money. My resume isn't horrible, you know, I definitely have experience. I was on YouTube when I was a kid, but that is just not carrying me anymore as experience because it was so long ago. I'm just trying to like help out for small businesses with doing their social media and all this stuff to kind of try to get experience to build my resume so I can get hired. But it's really frustrating, and yeah, I just needed to rant about it. It's also frustrating because for all of these jobs that I'm applying to, I'm making cover letters that are specific to that job, you know, like I'm tailoring my resume to that job. Like the application process itself takes like 30 to 45 minutes, and then to just get a rejection without even having the chance to like talk to somebody is just like, it's so frustrating, and I feel like I'm getting so desperate, which is like not good. But yeah, I wanted to rant about this because it's just been something that's been really bugging me, and I feel like a lot of people around me, like my friends and stuff, are kind of finding their paths and like their careers and whatever, and I'm just having such a hard time finding mine. And don't get me wrong, like there's nothing wrong with being a waitress. I love it. It's good, fast money, whatever, but I feel like I want something that I can work up in and, you know, build. I don't have to explain that. It's obvious.
I'm sorry, but my luck when it comes to job applications, job interviews, unreal. I feel like I'm being pranked. Tell me why the other week I went for an interview for a sales associate. On the spot, she said she wanted me to come back tomorrow for the second round of interviews for a group interview. I'm thinking, awesome. In this group interview, we had to sell ourselves by selling our partner, essentially showing off our sales skills. Keep that in mind. A few days pass, I get a call saying I've got the job. Keep that in mind. She called me and said, you've been successful in getting the sales job. So the next week I go on for my first shift. It's like the orientation shift, and this is where I noticed a few red flags. At the end of the orientation, he said, just letting you guys know, I'm going to be honest with you, you haven't technically got the job yet. You've now all got to compete against each other to get the job. Keep in mind, this is a casual sales job. I'm talking knocking on people's doors. Casual sales job. Not to mention, you just rung me a week ago and told me I was successful in getting the job, and now you're telling me we all have to fight against each other to actually get the job. You want us to create a sales pitch, and whoever's the best gets the job. Didn't we already do that in the interview? You either want me or you don't. This is a casual job. This is not my career. I'm not going to go into a competition after you told me I already got the job and fight with my employees to see who's the best. There were actually multiple other red flags, but the vibes were so weird, and I sent them an email basically saying that I'm not coming back. Sorry.
Job market is tough, and it's like super embarrassing, and I had a few friends like point and laugh about my situation, and I kept thinking for so long like, oh, the reason why I haven't found a new role is because I'm an idiot, or maybe it's because I'm not pretty enough or smart enough, or the school that I went to wasn't that good, or all my work experience and my diploma means nothing, when everyone is going to go through life. And I remember like watching my dad go through a bunch of layoffs and the whole interview techie cycle. And it's like, okay, my dad died. He doesn't have that voice anymore. He can't talk about his experience. So the least I can do is share what I'm going through. Honestly, like, you can't prepare for everything. Life is just going to happen, and that sucks, but it's also very comforting to know that everyone is going to go through shit. The more that I show good parts of my life, like when I get a new contract, concerts, vacations, like the more I'm pushing people away and not really giving them the full picture of what has been going on.
Get ready with me while I talk about the current state of the job market. I have seen so many creators talk about how they have been unemployed for 6, 7 months, even a year. The current state of the job market is absolutely insane. By the way, I'm using the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Unfortunately, we are in a employer's market right now, and you really have to do the most for what used to be considered like an entry-level position. A few years ago, you used to just be able to get a job, especially entry-level positions, by, you know, just doing maybe a couple interviews and you're set. I mean this for like a small to mid-sized company, startup, not necessarily like big tech companies like Amazon, Google, Tesla. Now things have been so difficult. Like, you literally have to do the most to get the most basic entry-level role that used to be so easy to get. Using the NYX Bear With Me concealer serum, this is actually the best. But if you want something that's kind of like a natural look in place of foundation, I'm telling you, this is top tier, and it's only like $10. Before you can even get to the actual interview, you have to submit a video. You can actually speak with the hiring manager. You have to take an assessment. If you work in sales, you have to do mock calls, which all of this is pretty typical. But I feel like at this point, it's become way too much. Some of these companies are literally having you put in hours of work, free labor, then not even telling you why they rejected you after you've reached like the 3rd round in interviewing. I understand maybe not every job can get back to you. I don't think that's realistic for candidates to expect, especially if you didn't even make it to an initial interview. But if you made it to a later stage in the interview, and let's say the final stage, and then they reject you, sometimes you never even hear back. I've been ghosted by so many jobs. And the kicker is, some of these jobs were not even jobs that I applied to. Like, you know when a recruiter messages you on LinkedIn and they're like, I think you're a great fit for this role. I have reached the final stage in the interview and been ghosted by some of these companies. And when I say ghosted, I mean legitimately ghosted. I tried to reach out to the hiring manager, I tried to reach out to the recruiter, left voicemails, literally no callbacks. It's like when you get ghosted by somebody that wanted you first. Like, tell me how that works. I'm probably not the only one going through this, just because I have seen so many videos on my For You page about people experiencing the exact same things. I'm going through some of these interview processes and I'm like, am I being hired for an entry-level to mid-level role, or am I being hired for CFO? Because at this point, I truly don't know what's going on.
Hi, I'm Sadie, and I just wanted to make this video kind of as a cry for help, but also as a you're not alone if you're currently job searching, trying to enter the job market and just really not having any luck. I promise you, so many other people are there. I never thought that we would be in this era where college degrees, even graduate degrees, aren't really giving you that boost to stand out anymore. For context, I've been born and raised in North Carolina, been here my whole life, went to undergrad, and I'm completing my master's right now. And I'm currently looking in like the New York City area for anything like marketing, media, adjacent roles. I'm looking at like big agencies like NBC, Universal, Disney, Warner Brothers, to even like small agencies or mid-size like Hunter, Strawberry Frog, like Small Girls PR, just to name a few. And I haven't had a lot of luck. I've like done as much as I possibly can right now. Like I've submitted so many apps. I've been utilizing networking like crazy, and I've kind of gotten over the whole like, I don't know. I thought it was like a little weird at first, but now I'm like, no, like this is so normal. Like this is literally how you get jobs these days. And I actually love it. Like I love reaching out to people on LinkedIn. I'm like so appreciative to have even like one person answer when I've sent like 100 messages. So thank you to those people who like take a chance on me and have the time for like a 15 to 30 minute phone call. That's so helpful. So I've kind of been doing everything I can. I make sure my resume's polished, my cover letters speak authentically to who I am, why I want to join the company. Like they speak to the research I've done on the company, as well as kind of like I let my personality show, because I'm very bubbly and very conversational. Just bring like high vibes to every room I come in. So yeah, if you're a recruiter, or I don't know, if you work at one of those agencies, even if you're just in the same boat and want to leave a comment or any advice, or DM me, that would be so helpful.
Hey y'all, I have a rant to go on today. I lost my job, right, a couple months ago, I think like in August or something. And since then, I took some time with not even bothering to apply for jobs, because I was so burnt out and just like so relieved to no longer be working, truthfully, that I needed to like clear the brain. You know what I mean? I needed to like touch grass, sit outside. However, now I'm like, all right, it's time to get back out there. Like a couple weeks ago, I decided to clean up the resume, update the resume, and just like see what's out there. How is anybody supposed to get a job right now? I've applied at this point to close to like 40 to 50 jobs. I've either not heard back from most, or the ones that I have heard back from are like, sorry, you don't have enough experience, like, too bad. Like, I'm sorry, I have 10 years of experience in the events industry. What do you mean I don't have enough experience? If 10 years is not enough, I'm really confused then like what is? Or entry-level jobs that in my opinion are below my pay grade, that are not hiring me because they're like, sorry, you don't have enough experience. What? Like, then who's getting the job? Like, I'm applying to stuff that's like equal to what I was doing and or like within the same, range of tasks. Literally like their job description is like the stuff I did. And they're like, yeah, sorry, you just like don't fit the qualifications. I have a bachelor's degree. I have 10 years of experience. How do you mean I'm not qualified? I just don't understand how anybody is supposed to be getting a job these days. Like, I simply don't understand.